So today I'm going to do a little reduction print. This is the key block, and if you saw my last video, you'll know that I've got some new mediums I'm going to be working with, some burnt plate oil and some transparent base, and we're going to do it reduction, so the color blocks are all going to be on one, and then I carve away each color and print the next color. So all the colors are going to overlay each other. And I need, let's see, I'll print, I think I can just split this in half two ways. So let's do that. I'm not going to print a lot of these. I had planned to do 3, but just because of the way the paper's splitting, I might do 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out anything that is going to be white. And this block is let's see here. All right, I cut out everything that I want to remain white from the paper. And now I'm going to print a light skin tone, and then I'll carve away that, and then we'll print the next one. And I've got some transparency base in it and some of this burnt plate oil. So let's see how this rolls up. There's a bow in this wood, so it's kind of making it so that I have to go horizontal, roll it horizontal rather than vertical. Okay, we've got this nice and inked up, and now we're just going to print it. Do the first color, first print.
I should have the tension correct already on here. Might be a little tighter than I usually want it. Let's see how this turned out. Very nice. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Put it over here in the light.
So this first layer printed really nicely. It's mostly just the skin areas. Very, very good print. I'm happy with that. So now I'll print 4 more, and then we'll move on to the next color. All right, I've got all the pink layers printed. It went well. You can see this one's a little bit light, but that's okay because it's just light. It's a light color skin tone, so it'll work itself out over the top of that. Might even look better than some of these darker ones at the end. Adding this oil to it just made it clean up a little bit harder. Not that big a deal, but just a little bit more. I had to use more soap to get it off the brayer. Any place that I don't want to be printed over. Let me clean this up real quick. And the next color I'm going to do is light blue because her dress is going to be light blue. This phthalo blue, it's gorgeous. All right, you can see where I carved out the pink and the white, and now we're printing blue. So let's take the first print and we'll add the blue block lined up as close as we can possibly get. And take it over to the press.
And we'll run it through. I'm anxious to see how the second color prints over the first color because I'm using a lot more mediums in with the ink. And it's a lot more transparent than I usually do, so it's going to kind of mix the colors together in a way. And I can do, add final layers of opaque layers too. But it's definitely much softer, for sure. Look at that. Let me get you in the light.
Very nice and very subtle, soft colors. You could do some really soft prints. I like that. I like the subtlety. It's exciting. All right, I've got the blue layers down. So we've got 2 colors down. We've got 2 more to go, plus the key block, which is black. But this second layer came out really well. I like it. It's soft, subtle. It's basically just the dress color. So I'm going to carve the blue away, which the dress is blue. All right, I've got the green mixed up now. We're going to print the light green layer. This is a beautiful green. I love that phthalo blue. This is like a beautiful grass green. Makes me think of Edvard Munch.
All right, we're running the green through. Let's see what we got.
Beautiful. That wood grain really showed up. I think if I took away a lot of this bottom part and had like gouges at the top, that would work. So let me take a big All right, I've got a really nice dark green mixed up, and I'm gonna see how it rolls up on this thing. There's a big bow in this wood, and it's kind of hurting it. All right. Here's what we've got. I don't know how that's going to print, but we're going to give it a try. I think I want to clean a little bit out in the middle. You know what? I'm going to clean a lot out of this middle area. I don't want it affecting the figure.
I think I have the tightness a little too tight. I can feel the paper rolling this way, and that's not good. And I can see as I print that each layer is kind of moving, which is not that big a deal. It kind of gives a neat effect, but I'm just trying to eliminate problems. Let's take a look at this. Really looks like he's in a forest now.
All right, here's the second green layer. Had a few issues, but they got worked out. The paper shifted on one of them right there, but I caught it before it really pressed in. Because the wood is bowed, it's really not hanging on very well. Overall, I like it so far. And now there's a key block, and we'll see what it looks like. But I'm gonna have to let this dry because right now it's very wet with ink. It needs some time to let that ink cure before I do the final block. Here's how the print turned out. I had to use the spoon a little bit. For some reason, the black isn't printing as well, and I think it might be that I need to let it dry longer. I'm getting some of that blue coming through, so I'd have to re-ink the key block and do it again. But it turned out good. Just had to use the spoon a little bit. So let's get the other ones printed up. We've got 2 left, and we'll see how they turn out. All right, here they are. Turned out, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I had a lot of trouble with the black block, and I'm not exactly sure why. I think that maybe it's just the nature of doing the reduction, because you're putting a whole layer of ink on top of another layer on top of another layer. So it's really saturated with that ink. So when I would print the black, it would almost pull the ink off. And so you'd see this blue coming through the black. And so I had to basically use my spoon on all these just for the black layer. Probably if I had waited like another day or something and let that ink really cure, it would have worked. But I get it to where I want to really see how it turns out. I think that I really like the way it turned out.